Hello, Aries. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Aries. Let's go. All right, Aries. We are closing out this cycle. And getting you prepared for this new moon phase, right? This new moon phase. The moon is currently in Capricorn, right? So definitely see you closing out cycles, being very serious about closing out cycles where you didn't feel nurtured, protected, secure. You didn't feel like your spirit was being fed, and you certainly didn't feel appreciated. Or somebody may have said that about you, that they didn't feel appreciated with you. So either or, hey, do everybody a favor, do yourselves and do other people a favor. Hey, make room. That's the highest frequency. Make room in love. Hey, so I need to release it. Somebody's gonna feel like they hit the jackpot. Yep, make room, make room, make room, make room. You're not holding on to any grudges because that's not making room, right? Looks like somebody from your past is really, you've been heavy on some people's minds, Aries, as you move forward, right? Here we have the Nine of Cups. It could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. You are heavy on their mind, and they could have that in their birth chart. Here we also have the Seven of Cups, right? Here we also have the Page of Cups, right? Here we have the Four of Pentacles. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, and then also the Four of Swords. Source is like, go ahead and get some rest. Just because people are on your mind, pulling on your energy, Aries, doesn't mean that you have to, you know, go back down to a lower frequency and investigate that. Like, you know, well, let me see. Well, I did used to date a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. It could be a family member that you no longer talk to. It could be an ex. Like when I say ex, I'm talking about ex in general, right? So any energies where you feel like they cut into your joy, they cut into your sensuality, sexuality, or they're connected to energies that cut into theirs and they weren't able to flush those energies out. Sources saying in either case, hey, you know, cut ties, move forward, right? Something having to do with family, whether, like I said before, it doesn't necessarily, it could be their sun sign, but it doesn't necessarily have to be their sun sign. Somewhere somebody felt like their emotions were manipulated. So when we're talking about water, we're talking about your emotions, your creativity. You didn't feel nurtured, protected, secure. It could be several energies where you didn't feel like that, appreciated. And it could have something to do with family or their family, your family. And family could mean friendships, family, love interest family, their family that they're connected to, your family. You are making room for a very harmonious, this is a year of wealth. You're making room for legacy wealth, and it's a lot of wealth attached to your legacy. So you don't need your emotions manipulated in a negative way. If it's not adding joy, creativity, sensuality, adaptability, sexuality into your universe, you're saying, I need to part ways with it. I need to release it, right? So you don't have to spend a whole lot of time on, well, who is it? I wonder if it's my ex thinking about me. It could be your sister or brother that you don't talk to anymore that's thinking about you. It's a type of spirit that we're talking about, right? And here we have, so Source needs you to get your rest because you're going to have to rest up for all them cashing them checks. But I do see somebody... I do see somebody has, you know, like I said, some good news coming across your path, right, in terms of love. And here we have the Eight of Swords. And so, because to sit around and think about, well, who is it? Who is it? That's self-sabotage. That's a person who is tempted to, because you've been thinking about, you got to remember something. I got to add this to it. Whenever we're about to close out, moving from one phase to the next, and then we're going for the grand finale, we closing out a cycle. Like this cycle ends on the 8th, it gets stronger and stronger, where the enemy within is trying to pull you to the side of the dark side of the moon. You're trying to land on the bright side of the moon. The dark side is still confusion. I wonder if I'm making the best decisions not to call him anymore. I mean, you know, it's family over everything. Maybe I should reach out and be the bigger person. How many years have you been a bigger person with some of your siblings and some of your other family members? You know, aunts, uncles, whomever. How many years you going to keep on being a bigger person? Source is saying it's time for your happiness. This is a form of self-care, okay? You know, how many times your ex been showing you that you didn't feel nurtured, protected, secure in a relationship because they tied to some toxicity. This is your moment to shine, okay? Can we just flush all of that talk? That's what I'm saying. Somebody going to feel like they hit the jackpot. You're not answering phone calls, text messages, you're blocking social media. You know, exes trying to peek and look and see whose hand is in the picture. All they see is a hand or a fingernail. They trying to zoom in. You are done with all of that. Here we have Dame of Pentacles. Here you are was shining. See, I'm telling you, the reason why the nightmare, somebody couldn't move on because somebody kept invoking that spirit. Somebody kept saying and talking about it over and over and over and over and over again. Even when you wanted to move on. Well, let me talk. Well, okay, it came up in my dream. I want to talk about it. So it's like, you better learn how to start journaling those dreams and setting them on fire. Cleansing that fire. Oh, Lord. Yeah, so here we have 9, Dame, and 8 of Pentacles. I'm telling you, Source is trying to tell you, I'm moving you towards financial independence. Like, things are really looking up for you all, Aries. So to think about somebody from your past and be tempted to vibrate on a lower frequency because you feel like, okay, somebody said that you got away with something or they said you got away with something. Source is like, you messing up with lies ahead. You got some good news that's trying to come in, and somebody, I put all of this time and energy and effort into it. So it's just saying, well, then learn how to protect your emotions, learn how to protect your creativity, learn how to protect your joy. When you kept saying, I poured a lot of energy into something and somebody may have gotten away with something. So it's like, nobody got away with anything. So it's like, you were the one that got away. Like, you were the prize that got away, and now you can, it's like somebody fumbled you. And so it's just saying, you better step into your blessings and stop overthinking this, because again, here you somebody talking about it again, invoking nightmares. Here, so again, so it's need you to get your rest and just recognize, hey, look, this is when we talk about heart chakra. I need to forgive myself. Maybe I put too much time and effort into things where it comes to my heart and my heart and my emotions, when I need to learn how to not do that. I need to learn how to balance it out. I need to sit down with self, learn how to protect my emotions. So there it is, King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles is coming out in a lot of people's deck. I'm telling you, somebody may have felt like, okay, some kind of injustice was done to you in the past, whether it was family or whatever the case may be. Source to say, hey, look, Source does not want whoever you feel like done some kind of injustice towards you to reap in the benefits of this wealth coming across your path. Here we have the King of Pentacles. So somebody can say, oh yeah, you know, if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be that rich. Okay, if it wasn't for Source, you have a lot of great ideas that Source wants you to capitalize on those great ideas. Wants you to capitalize on those great ideas. So yeah, you may feel like somebody did some kind of an injustice to you, but take that off of your internal scales. You have a lot of great ideas, and people are sitting back watching. Somebody is watching you, Aries. Like somebody is ready to pounce on and prey on your happiness. So if it's a sibling or whatever, and they jealous of your romantic relationships or exes that you found out, hey, I'm sleeping with the enemy. So it's like, yes, they watching. They got their eyes, they plaster. They got one computer screen here, one computer screen here. On this side, they doing something. On this side, they watching you. Okay, look. Source is saying, you're not going to know everybody who's watching you, but the only person that can save you is you. And that's, again, you're not giving any emotion to it whatsoever. Somebody is forward-facing, focusing on the happiness, you know, that's happening in your life right here. I'm saying booked and busy and not burdened at all. Here we have the 4 of Cups, you know, the 4 of Cups. And like I said, everything is lining up perfectly for you. The best thing for somebody to do to be able to save themselves, we're talking about Knight of Cups energy, is not focus on new love in your life. Because that's night, well, that would be kind of nightly, because they're not coming to save you. They're coming to teach you how to save yourself, because they too have a past where their exes are trying to pull on them too. And they're like, I'm not going back to that. So they're teaching you how to save yourself. New energy coming across your path. Don't want to hear about you still carrying on your internal scales complaints about some kind of injustice. Oh, they got away with this, they got away with that. New friends, new love interests, new, you know, whatever, family members. When I say, you know, family members, new family members could be just like, you could be part of an organization or whatever, new job or whatever. They're not trying to hear about how your job, some kind of injustice on your previous job or injustice in your previous romantic. Oh, they got away with this. They're not trying to hear all of that. They're like, I'm trying to get to know you. That's how a lot of people miss out when they first get into relationships, because oh, they were wearing a mask. Were you still talking about your ex? Were you still talking about the previous job? Were you still talking about your family is so horrible? Where you couldn't see what was sitting right in front of you? Sources like, I'm trying to put a smile on your face. I'm trying to help you to do all of this. Right? I see a lot of harmony in this picture. You know, I see loyalty in this picture, right? Not just a physical dog, but I see somebody is a protector of your energy in this picture. They may have a dog, but I'm just saying that symbolizes loyalty. Source is saying, look, there's a lot of wealth here. You're not bringing X energy into your marriage. I see somebody getting married, okay? 4 of Wands. But there's definitely some energies that are watching. They're trying to see. They're trying to pounce on any kind of... you got to be careful of who you're talking to. And all this excitement, there could be an energy. You've already survived a lot of hurt and pain and backstabbing and from loved ones and exes and all of this other stuff. Come on now. Y'all know this by now. Here we have the King of Swords. Sit on your throne of wisdom. Somebody has to learn a lesson that while you're shouting and jumping out of a treasure chest, you feel like, oh my God, I found the one. I'm so happy. My heart is bursting with joy. I got my money coming through. I'm looking nice and all this, you know. You gotta be careful of who you're telling close to you. Here we have the 2 of Swords. Take off the blindfold so you can see the blessing and burdens. The blessing and burden. Like I said at the beginning of your reading before I laid the cards out, if somebody has said that you've been a nightmare to them, do yourself a favor and do them a favor. Release them. If you feel like somebody got away, karma doesn't miss anybody. If you feel like they got away with something or they feel like you got away with something, release it. Just release it. Here we have the 6 of Swords. You're going through a rite of passage. Because to sit there and overthink it will literally drive you crazy. Self-sabotage. You're talking to the new person about your ex and they sitting there looking at you like, you sound like you got some unresolved stuff going on. Or you in a new job, you checked out emotionally because you're thinking about the old job and how somebody in the new job reminds you of somebody in the old job. You're in a probationary period in your personal and your professional life. They're watching you just like you watching them. So Source is saying, take a leap of faith. 3 of Wands. Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith into the future that you prayed for. You prayed for it. Don't sabotage your own prayers. So, yeah, congratulations. You deserve it, Aries. You really, really, really do deserve it, right? Detach. Detach from anything where you feel like, okay, I thought this was going to be the one. I thought it was going to last. Here we have 66. I am positive. Your guardian angel is teaching you the essence of unconditional love. You are encouraged to have faith that the universe will provide for you while you are manifesting your inner desires. Somebody wants to feel like they hit the jackpot, and not because as someone else's downfall. Somebody wants to feel like they hit the jackpot because you deserve to feel like you hit the jackpot. You don't have to get happy off of somebody else's downfall. Source is saying to you, if you feel like an injustice has been done to you, then okay, I need to go ahead and look at the truth. I need to pull out the sword of truth. Am I carrying other people's burdens? Am I carrying other people's toxins? Am I just a bad match with certain energy? Because certain energies are watching out, watching you right now. Where we are toxic together. And so if the answer is yes, I'm flushing out the toxins. I deserve to be wealthy. I'm just starting this year is to be kicked off wealthy. I have the power to change my destiny, and that's what I'm saying for you. You're changing your destiny. Somebody is going through a rebirth in your personal and your professional life, giving birth to abundance and prosperity. So if you don't think you deserve it, then that's the energy you're sending out to the universe. Or if you're still holding on to, well, I've been hurt so many times in the past, this is too good to be true. You prayed for it. What I mean, that's what I'm not sure what source y'all talking about, but is the source you talking about in the mind-blowing business in a healthy way? Source is saying you got to look at the lesson. That's why there's so much air right here. You got to sit down and think about, what was the lesson? Did I go from one job to the next carrying the baggage from a previous job instead of the lesson about myself, what works for me and what doesn't? Did I go from one friendship, one romantic relationship to the next carrying the baggage of the pain and hurt that other people cause? Or did I say, okay, I learned for myself I'm an overgiver, so I need to stop myself. My head and heart are at war with each other. I need a break. Sacred geometry. 32. I think I'm going to teach on this, sacred geometry, on the other channel. But anyway, so yes, sacred geometry. This is not maybe somebody may have felt like they failed geometry in school, but no, sacred. This something is sacred. Like something about you, your energy, Aries, like I said before, to some people it may seem complex, like they don't really get it. It could be like a, but source is saying to you, once you sit down and say, I learned a lesson from the past heartbreak and deep disappointment that I've experienced in my life from loved ones, family members, ex-friends, ex-whomever. That's when you're going to start to recognize that, hold on, you do deserve to be jumping out of a treasure chest. Affirmations for strength. All obstacles in my path are being cleared. I am stronger than yesterday. I am brave. I am courageous. I learn from my mistakes. Failure is a farce. All effort is testing. I rise above all that stands in my way. Improvement is my only concern. That's it. Don't bring all that stuff into this new situation coming, moving forward, because that invokes the nightmares. That's like saying, what's the scary movies where they call the villain's name out several times, and all of a sudden the villain appears. So it's like you're not trying to bring that energy into anything that you don't want that in yours. So that Seven of Cups right there is interesting because someone's energy is pulling on yours. And so slam that door shut. There it is. New love awaits. Y'all saw me shuffle the cards in front of you all. So new love awaits. And that's what I've been saying. Don't bring all of that mess into a new love relationship. New love is sitting there listening to you talk about X, or seeing you see me drifting off and texting on the phone and looking at your phone and all of this other stuff. And new love is like, okay, well, they're not present. They're not in the moment. Like, I'm trying to get to know them. What are they up to? What are they doing? That's not insecurity. That's somebody who's like somebody you prayed for. So I see your energy as being very smart. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody is very smart. Somebody is very in tune. Information for them comes through the air. For somebody, it comes through the air. So they are intelligent enough to know that if they can sense the shift in the atmosphere. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When you're dealing with somebody but they're also just as in tune with what your spirit needs. And so when you're dealing with someone who is highly intelligent, and their energy shifts when they walk in a room, their energy shifts the atmosphere. It's like a breath of fresh air. So Source is saying for you to prepare for them, you're going to have to get some fresh air and flush all of that stuff out. Get out, get that burning bowl. If you got negative thoughts, write all of that stuff down and cleanse by fire. Toss it into a burning pit. Because they'll be able to pick up on all of that as you're going through this rite of passage, right? Expansiveness. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. That's right. Don't bring any ego from some past or whatever into it. Somebody will be able to pick up on that real quick. That's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. Let me make sure we got everything. I think we do. Yep, we got everything. I will see you all on Freedom Friday. So yeah, let's finish out this cycle strong. But that's how the enemy does. When we get ready to close out a cycle, that's what the enemy does. The enemy is trying to pull you back to the dark side, the side of confusion. And I'm not sure if I should I take one more look? Should I pay attention to such and such? No. Move forward. New love awaits for somebody. And that's new love in business and also new love in professional. So the things that you love to do await you in the light, not in the dark side. Let's go. I will see you all on Freedom Friday. Bye.